Hi everyone, in this lesson we will first go over some vocabularies relating to algebraic expression and equation, and then we will translate some word sentences into number sentences. The first word, which you should all know by now, is the word variable, which is basically a letter that represents any unknown value, and it can change based on different problems. For example, the letter N can represent the number of apples in one example, or it can also represent the number of people in another example. Algebraic expression is a rule that we write with numbers and variables, and it normally represents many sets of numbers. Algebraic equation is a number sentence that shows that two expressions are equal. Now let's take a look at the examples below. 3n minus 1 versus 4x plus 7 equals to 5. Notice how on the 4x plus 7 there's an equal sign right here that makes this an equation. And with the 3n minus 1, since there's no equal sign, this will be called the expression. Now to continue, terms are either single number, a variable, or a combination of them together, and they are normally separated by the adding sign or subtracting sign and the equal sign. Coefficient is the number attached to a variable and is normally in the front of the variable. And coefficient is really useful because it tells you the rate of change in a linear equation. Constants are the number part of an expression or equation that does not have a variable attached to it. So now let's go back to the examples above. With the 3n minus 1, notice how it is separated by the subtraction sign. So this has two terms. And 3 in this case will be called the coefficient because that's the number right before the letter, the variable. N will be the variable in this case. And 1 will be the constant because that is the only number that has nothing attached to it. The example on the right, the equation has three terms separated by the addition sign and the equal sign. And the 4 in this case will be called the coefficient. The x is called the variable. And both 7 and 5 are the constants. Now let's try to translate these word sentences into a number sentence. 1. The quotient of 45 and the sum of C and 17. Quotient means we will be dividing right here, and sum means we will be adding. Since we want the quotient of 45, we begin with 45 in the front, and we want to add C and 17 together. However, because of the word and right here that's combining them together, we also need to add the parentheses around C and 17 to show the grouping. 2. Twice the sum of a number and 600. To translate this, twice basically means you want 2 times the sum of, meaning we will be adding the number n plus 600. This is another one that's parentheses because of twice the sum with the back-to-back operations. So we have to group them together. 3. Twice a number, comma, decreased by 5 equals to 15. Again, twice means you want 2 times a number. Comma means we will take a break, so there's no grouping needed. We will just directly subtract by 5 equals to 15. Question 4. 5 times a number, x, this time they gave you the number as a variable, is 2 more than twice the number. 5 times the number x. So 5 times x means equal to 2 more than. More than is a very interesting word. We call this a turnaround word, meaning that we will write the last part of the number sentence first. So twice a number and 2 more, meaning I'm going to add 2 more to it. So again, this number sentence will be translated into 5 times x equal to 2x plus 2. Number 5, 20 less than a number multiplied by 2 equals to 40. This word right here is another one of those turnaround word again. That means we will write the part that's right before the equal first. So n times 2, which we normally write this as 2n because the number comes before the variable. Less than means subtracting 20 equals to 40. Once again, 20 less than a number multiplied by 2 basically means 2n minus 20 equals to 40. The last one, 8 more than a number divided by 2 equals to 5. So once again, we have another turnaround word, meaning that we will have to write the second part after the turnaround word first, which starts from here all the way before the word equal. So a number divided by 2 will be translated into n divided by 2. And 8 more means I'm going to add 8 more to this number sentence equals to 5. Now let's do some recap before we end the lesson. Parenthesized words equals the words with 2 operations back to back separated by the word the. So some examples are twice the sum, the quotient and the sum, half the difference. Notice how each one of these are separated by the word the in between the 2 operations. Turnaround words are words that you have to switch the order of the number where the second part of the number sentence needs to be translated first, such as blank added to blank, blank more than blank, blank less than blank, and subtract blank from blank. So if I fill each one of these in as 5 added to 4, 5 more than 4, 5 less than 4, subtract 5 from 4. Now to translate these, we will write the second number first, meaning that each one will be translated with the 4 coming first. Okay, that's it for the lesson.